think you know how the world works?
It's him. Do you proceed? Yes.
What if I told you the reality you know is one of many?
This doesn't make any sense.
Not everything does. Not everything has to.
Welcome to the end of your life, and I promise it's going to hurt.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Welcome to the Midwest Anime Show. I'm your host, DOC, with my partner in crime, Mr. Conspiracy.
Oh, stop it. You're too kind. I am Mr. Conspiracy. And oh yeah, back to that other guy.
We want to take time out to thank our sponsor, Anime T-Shirts Today, your #1 source for anime. You can check out their website at www.animetshirtstoday.com. Welcome to the Midwest Anime Show. It's your boy DOC in the building with my man, Mr. Conspiracy.
What's going on out there, anime world? This your boy, Mr. Conspiracy, coming to you with anime all day, all the time. What's happening today, DOC?
Well, today it's time for episode 002, baby. We're going into a fan favorite, Naruto. Yay! Wait, no cheers? Nobody's excited? I'll let that pass. Anyway, we're going to talk about Naruto. Since the series is so long, and I believe it's over 15 years old, because I believe the manga started in 99, I believe, if I'm right, Mr. Conspiracy, we're not going to have time to talk about the whole show. We are going to give some brief overviews of the show, and then we're going to get into the juicy parts towards the end, which, if you're a big fan, to me, those are the most important, because they gave you a lot of filler episodes. Hey, shouts out to whoever made Naruto. Stop doing so many fillers, man. Y'all drive us crazy with that. Just stick with manga, stay with the stuff that's relevant. So, a brief overview. Naruto is basically about a ninja named Naruto Uzumaki. He's the #1 knucklehead from the Hidden Leaf Village. Let me say that again, Hidden Leaf Village. And Naruto is basically abandoned by his whole village. His mom and dad are dead. The village hates him, and nobody really respects him because he, as a baby, had the Nine-Tailed Fox, which destroyed the village about 10 years prior. So nobody in the village likes him for the simple fact that he has that beast in him. Along the way, he ends up making friends with Sasuke, Uchiha, and Sakura. Let me say her last name right. Hanaro, and then wrote Mr. Conspiracy. We're not gonna worry about it. She's unimportant as far as I'm concerned in the show. But anyway, and basically it's about how he has to grow up, has to learn how to deal with the fact that people hate him, learn to deal with the fact that he has the Nine Tails in him, and basically we watch him evolve from a boy who becomes a man as far as the ninja village. I know there are a lot of things we can go into, but Mr. Conspiracy, I'm going to ask you an important question. What do you really think about the show overall, Naruto? And I'm not talking about the second part in the time skip, just the first part when he's a kid, Shinobi.
Well, the first thing, Mr. DOC, is that I would like to first address the fact about that you don't know anything once again, and I want to just leave you out there to see if you can actually figure it out. Her last name is Haruno. Okay, Sakura Haruno. I just wanted to throw that out there just to help you out a little bit. Ooh. And once again, he forgot about the spoilers. I don't know who's haven't seen Naruto all the way, but it's gonna be a lot of spoilers since he didn't mention that either, you know. Yay! Okay, but as far as his question is concerned about the first arc when it comes to Naruto, I thought that it was pretty good. I thought that it was actually done well with the story and just the kids actually learning about that generation that we're going to be seeing when it came to them a little bit later on. that they really developed all of their backstories well at that point. We didn't see everything, but at that point, I thought they actually introduced all of those kids well, because there's so many of them. I think there's about 9 in their class specifically, you know, when it comes to Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, and then there's a few others like Hinata and just a little bit more. And they actually had to take time out just to introduce them, and they did a very good job when it came to that. I thought that they introduced all of the older adults as well when it came to the villains, and such as Orochimaru, for instance. He's one of their villains. I think that they introduced several of the adults very well, because there's just so many characters as we figure out just in the beginning arc of Naruto. And the people who have not seen it, I think y'all need to go back and actually watch that first arc when they were actually little kids, and you will understand why people fell in love with the anime and the manga in the first place. DLC, what's going on?
I think my biggest issue in the very beginning was out of, you know, Team 7, which is who Naruto ends up being attached to, which is Kakashi Sensei, Sakura, and Sasuke. I don't think they do Sakura any justice, because I think she's your typical anime girl who's helpless and is drawn to a stronger character, and then the other character who really cares about her, she has no feelings for. And to me, she didn't really become relevant until the time skip, because before then she was basically useless if you look at her fights and things like that. And I'm focusing primarily on Team 7. They fleshed out other side characters to me better. Neji is a prime example. Him and Hinata were fleshed out a lot better. They weren't as weak, and they served a purpose. For me, Sakura didn't serve a purpose in the very beginning. Any real fan would tell you she was there, but she didn't serve any real purpose. She didn't help the story go forward or anything like that. And I think that was one of my biggest issues with Naruto in the very beginning. I think once we get past the time skip and they like to bring stuff full circle again, let me throw a spoiler alert out there for those who don't know, is that you had them teamed up. You had Naruto trained by Jiraiya. You have Sasuke being trained by Orochimaru. And then you have Sakura being trained by Tsunade. So now this goes back to an original origin of those three, because those three are considered what, Mr. Conspiracy?
The legendary signing.
Bam, for those who didn't know, needed that education. The legendary signing were given that by Hanzo. Hanzo, they were the only people to survive a fight with Hanzo and live to tell a story. And he dubbed them the legendary signing. They were known throughout all the villages as some of the most legendary fighters. So in the time skip, you get all three of the main characters being trained by one of the signing, which is important to me, because now Sakura actually has a place in the story, because now she is a great healer. She's being taught by Tsunade. Tsunade is the one who set the standard for medical ninjutsu in the Naruto world. You know, she was not the strongest by far, but she is also the granddaughter of the first Hokage, which is, again, more important things. It's not if it is a spoiler, just in case you didn't know that or you didn't read the manga and you don't know the backstory. So I think the story progresses great when we get to the time skip. I think there comes a point in the beginning where when Naruto has left the village for, 2.5 years, Mr. Conspiracy?
It is 3 years, sir.
3 years. He leaves for 3 years, and he's been training with Jiraiya. So we see a brand new Naruto. He's taller. He's still about his sexy jutsu, all that other fun stuff. But he's a lot more confident, a lot stronger, and he has a better control of the Nine Tails. He hasn't fully mastered it at this point, but he has better control. And he comes back to the village basically, I won't say a hero, but by the time the first arc ended, everybody respected him enough to where when he came back, they were excited he was coming back. So at this point in time, Jiraiya hands the training over to Kakashi, and Jiraiya goes in search of the Akatsuki. And we pick up from there with Team 7 reuniting. where it's only Naruto and Sakura, and Kakashi wants to see how strong they have become during that time skip. And for you, what was it like seeing them together again for the first time after the time skip, Mr. Conspiracy?
Honestly, I thought it was pretty boring. And the reason why I say that it was pretty boring is because when they first came back together, when it came to Sakura and Naruto, and what they did was that they wanted to show that they had became a lot stronger. So Kakashi Sensei actually went ahead and did the whole bell training exercise again. Yes, they succeeded, they got the bells, but they really didn't seem like they had become stronger at all, honestly. Until later in that new arc, that's when you really see them at their best, actually showing that they really did become stronger. Because until then, you really don't see any growth. They're just the same stupid little kids that they were. Sakura still got the same crush on Sasuke that she did. Naruto, she still really don't care about him at all, even though that they're still friends. And Naruto is still just the same brat that he was. Goofy, really trying to become the hero, trying to become the best ninja in the Hidden Leaf Village, but really not making strides, such as in his combat skills, such as in other ninjutsu. He really didn't make strides at all until later on in the second arc. DLC, what you think about that?
I can definitely see that. I would say for me, Naruto coming back, like you said, Bell Test was okay. You really don't see Naruto's character growth until after Pain comes to the village and destroys the village. And at that point in time, you really see Naruto grow up, because at this point in time, Pain has killed Jiraiya, and Naruto's had to deal with that at this point in time. That Jiraiya has died once Pain gets to the village and he arrives, because he can't sense his energy anymore. And I really think that's when you start to see him grow up, because now he's learned a sage art. He's gotten a lot stronger. And the fight with Pain for the village really solidified him as a hero as far as the village goes. And I think as far as Sakura goes, she's an excellent ninja who can heal. I mean, she at least is serving on a purpose at this point. Now, if you look at Sasuke, all of what he had done thus far, he killed Orochimaru, now he's got his own team together, and he's basically, somewhat working for the Akatsuki at this point. So, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. I really don't really care for the series too much until we get towards the end, when basically we start talking about, Naruto and Sasuke, again, another spoiler alert, are the reincarnations of the Sage of the Six Path Sons. And if you don't know the story behind the Sage of the Six Paths, basically, he basically created ninjutsu, basically, and gave it to the ninja world. And his sons basically end up becoming the Uchiha clan and the Mr. Conspiracy. What's my other clan for?
And the Senju clan, which is the clan of the first Hokage.
Yeah, and they basically become bitter rivals and fight each other up to the point where they combine together the Uchiha and the Senju, and they become the Hidden Leaf Village, basically. So until we get to the point where we find out that Naruto and Sasuke are basically the reincarnations of the sage's two sons, and basically this cycle has happened before, because the first Hokage and Madara Uchiha were basically reincarnations as well, and it basically brings us full cycle, on what's going on. And I think it gets interesting to see the role Sakura plays when they're fighting the sage's mother, who is the creator of all things that have to do with ninjutsu, because she wasn't from this world anyway. So
no, she wasn't. She is the Rabbit Princess, Kaguya. She is a bad woman, and even though she has horns, to me, I think that she's very beautiful, very sexy. But that's besides the point. And so, when it comes to where we are right now in the Naruto universe, okay, you're talking about the Fourth Great Ninja War ending. You're talking about the greatest war that the Ninja War has ever seen, which ended with the two reincarnations. You have Naruto, you have Sasuke, like DLC actually pointed out. And then you have the rest of Team 7. Kakashi Sensei and Sakura actually came to help, which I did not understand how they really were helpful. But when you actually see it, when you actually read the manga, you will definitely understand.
Okay, well, that definitely points out some things, and that definitely helps out with some things on that. Like you said, I think it doesn't get interesting until we get towards the end after the Fourth Ninja War. The movie kind of didn't do it justice. The last Naruto movie didn't really tell us. We have this big time skip where it doesn't explain, when Naruto becomes Hokage. All the people are married, they have kids and things like that. And there's this big old gap that they don't fit, that's not filled. So what Naruto decided to do, the creator decided to basically go ahead and give us episodes that fill in the missing gaps, because us as fans had all these questions about, when does Naruto become Hokage? What leads up to that point? Because Kakashi is the Hokage at that point in time. And what all happens? How do him and Hinata fall in love? Sakura and Sasuke. Then we got the other side characters who all have stories that go on that we don't know about until they start to fill in the blanks, which I'm really happy he did, and he didn't just leave it with a movie, because like you said, the movie sucked. It didn't do the fans any service, and it didn't explain anything, because you just bam, oh look, they together now. And I really didn't like that at all. Mr. Conspiracy, your thoughts?
Well, I think that my partner DLC said it all. The movie sucked. The last Naruto, the movie, it was horrible. I bought it and I should have destroyed it. I should have just stepped on it after the movie. After I watched it, I should have stepped on it. And if you did not actually see the reviews in Japan, people actually walked out of the theater in the middle of the movie. I couldn't believe it when I read it. That's how horrible the movie was. And so I was pretty happy that they're trying to make up for the movie in the anime when they're actually explaining to you what happened in that time gap. And that time gap is about 15 years when you're actually reading the manga. So when the Fourth Great Ninja War ends to where they're adults and they have children, that was about 15 years had passed. No one knows what happened, so they're trying to fill it in right now, and I'm so happy that they're doing that. Even though that they're coming out with extra stuff, they're still focusing on trying to answer all of the questions that these fans have. DLC, I think you like that, and I want to know more about what you think.
I definitely agree with that. They're answering the big questions, and because, if you don't know, how long it takes Naruto to become a Jonin, or the time gap skip, you just don't know what's happened. He has 2 kids, and all these things happen. So I think I'm glad they're doing it. And if you don't have Crunchyroll, hey, basically you need to get it, because they're the only ones who have really those new episodes. Hulu, they come out a week later, but on Crunchyroll, definitely you need to see it.
Alright, DLC, enough of all that. It's time for...
And now, this world shall know pain.
DLC, who do we have lined up for today?
Itachi versus Madara Uchiha, which is going to be kind of interesting.
Wait a minute, Mr. DLC. Okay, Madara Uchiha versus Itachi. Now, who is Itachi? I want to know, who is this guy?
Itachi Uchiha is the eldest brother of Sasuke Uchiha, also known as the murderer of the Uchiha clan. Basically, the Hidden Leaf Council came to Itachi and basically asked him to be a double agent when the Uchihas were trying a coup on the Hidden Leaf village. And basically they had Itachi kill all of the Uchihas, but he spared his brother, and he went to basically go work in the shadows for the Hidden Leaf village. And he spared his brother, making his brother believe that he was the only one who could beat Itachi. And he only left him alive so that he could get his eyes. And if you don't know anything about the Uchiha's eyes, they're very important for the Mangekyo Sharingan. And too much use of it will cause one to go blind. So you have to have a sibling to take his eyes. And Itachi made Sasuke believe that's the only reason why he kept him alive, so he becomes strong enough. But in reality is that he wanted Sasuke to kill him so that he could be made whole again. and by killing him, so he could be the hero and he would love the village. But it didn't work out that way, unfortunately. So that's a little bit about Itachi. Madara, if you don't know, is basically the baddest man next to the first Hokage in the Naruto world. He was basically, I mean, if you look at the anime, some people ask how even the first Hokage fought him, because when they fought him, he was almost a god, basically. Because he had the Rinnegan, he had the Mangekyo Sharingan, and his powers were out of this world. They couldn't even believe that the first Hokage was even able to beat this dude, which we find out he let the first Hokage win that fight so that he could get his cells to awaken the Rinnegan, which is another Aijutsu, or Daijutsu to be more correct, that he needed. And he needed both of the bloodlines from the Sage of the Six Path Sons. So Mr. Conspiracy, what you got on that for?
Well, DOC, that was very interesting, the way that you put those two into detail. I mean, I am actually pretty excited about this battle. The way Madara is a god, and then Itachi, I mean, we couldn't even see everything that he was capable of. I really need you to explain, not only to the fans, but to me, about this battle. I really want to know. Go ahead and take us into this battle, sir.
I think the other thing we have to realize is that Itachi who trained Itachi, and that was Obito, who was trained by Madara. Everybody thought Obito was Madara, but Madara had already passed at this point. So Itachi asked for Obito's help to help massacre him, but he was also trained by Obito. So he's very well aware of all of the things that the Sharingan could do, and he's well aware of the Sage of the Six Paths. Itachi was basically ahead of his time. The only problem with that is though, even though Itachi was considered a prodigy, and he had joined the Anbu Black Ops at, I believe it was age 9.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, he was considered a prodigy. Madara was a prodigy amongst the Uchiha clans. And you got to remember that Madara is the originator. Okay, he is the first one to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan. He is the first. And now and it also depends on which version of Madara we're talking about. Are we talking about him in older age when he awakened the Rinnegan, or are we talking about just when he had the Mangekyo? Because if it's the Mangekyo and the Rinnegan, and you're talking about basically the God version of Madara, I don't think Itachi stands a chance. Even as skilled as he is. Now, if we're just talking about just the Mangekyo versus the Mangekyo, I think Itachi has a chance, but because Madara is a reincarnation of the Sage of the Six Path Sons, I don't know, Mr. Conspiracy. I think a butt whooping is coming. He better do something. What about you?
Man, these fisticuffs right here, they are burning. They are itching to go ahead and answer this question, because to me, the only form of Madara Itachi can be is that old man that is attached to that tree. That's all I'm saying. If you've seen that anime that I have seen, okay, if you have read the manga that I have read, there is no possible way Itachi stands a chance. That is just my opinion, but the fact of the matter is, Madara is a bad man. I mean, he's a bad man. I gotta put emphasis on that. He's a bad man. Okay, this dude not only was considered a god next to the first Hokage, he eventually became one. You're talking about the Rinnegan that only the Sage of the Six Paths has next to his mother. I mean, can you believe the power that this man possessed? In my opinion, he has no chance except against the old man Madara. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know about that, Mr. Conspiracy. I have to interject there, because I don't know if it's just the old man. Itachi was a genius beyond genius. And when it comes to skill with the Mangekyo, I think Itachi was at his level. Now, when you start talking about the Rinnegan, like I said, I agree with you. If you're talking about the Rinnegan, then he stands no chance. But if we're talking, remember, he did not awaken the Rinnegan till he was on his deathbed. Years and years after he had got the cell transplant from the first Hokage put in. It took years for that to awaken. And I don't think that old man could have beat Itachi. You know, that old man couldn't do much of nothing because he was attached to that tree, keeping him alive. So I don't know about that. If you're talking Mangekyo versus Mangekyo, I think you got a real fight on your hands. I won't call Itachi an underdog in that particular fight. I think it all depends on what angle we're looking at this from, Mr. Conspiracy.
Okay, I'm looking at it from all angles because I am Mr. Conspiracy. All angles. So we're going to go ahead and do it like this. We're going to go to one view and then another view. Here's the first view right here. The first view is the fact that Madara has the perfect Susanoo. Now, if Itachi can do that, I ain't seen it. And if he can't do that, well, then he has a real problem on his hands, because the perfect Susanoo is powerful enough to destroy mountains in one sword stroke. Okay, if Itachi has anything like that, I might give him a chance. But if he doesn't, if all he has is those black flames that we see Sasuke using all of the time, that only the wielder can actually put out, I don't know. Just for the fact that Madara in the 4th Great Ninja War saw it because Sasuke used it against him. It didn't have any effect, sir. Even with the Rinnegan, it really didn't make a difference. He didn't have to use the Rinnegan just to even get rid of those flames. And if you're going to talk about Sasuke, well, he eventually got his brother's eyes. So Sasuke was actually using Itachi's eyes when he fought against Madara. So from that aspect, can you really put up a good argument with Itachi fighting Madara?
Of course I can. I wouldn't be on the show if I couldn't. Sir, this is DOC for you. So what I am going to tell you, a perfect Susanoo, Itachi, when he fought Orochimaru, he has one of 2 swords that allows to put a person in a perfect genjutsu permanently. Now, your boy Madara, on the other hand, does not have this weapon, and we do know Itachi does have it. So yes, I do say he does stand a chance against him. Now, when it comes to fighting and all taijutsu and things like that, I believe that there is an opportunity there for Itachi to win. The simple fact of the matter is that basically we don't catch Itachi till he's sick. He's been working underground for years and years for the Hidden Leaf. We didn't know what he had done all. They haven't given us a true backstory. We know all about Madara. We got all about Mr. G.O.D. God Mode Man, or what you want to call it. But we don't know enough about Itachi for you to make that much of an argument to say that he can beat him. I don't know if he can beat him. It's more a what if. We're not in that section yet, but to me, it's more of a what if versus a fisticuff question. Because, we might have to take it to the fans. We may have to send it to the fans, but I don't know 100%. I feel like it's court, baby. You can't 100% say this went on, then we cannot give you a verdict. So I can't do that, Mr. Conspiracy. I can't do it today. I won't be able to do it tomorrow. So you're going to have to make a better case for your boy Madara if that's it.
Okay, well, sir, we are talking about anime fisticuffs, so we need a winner, okay? We do need a winner. I will leave it to the fans because I want your opinion, but I'm sorry, DLC, we need a winner. And I just want to say one thing, okay, because he believes that he knows what he's talking about, but let's be honest, okay? The fans out there know, everyone knows, I know, that this man is only here to make me look better. Not good, but better. That's all I got to say about that. But we definitely need a winner here. And you're going to tell me that we can't have a winner?
I'm not saying we can't have a winner. I say we need more facts. And I say it needs to be a discussion that's tabled for a later date is what I'm trying to tell you. Because I know your point is that there are winners and losers in the world. We don't like draws. We had that in the Matrix. Everybody got mad about it. So I get that. And we need winners and losers. And if I have to go with somebody, I'm going with my man Itachi. I know you're going to disagree with that, but I'm going with Itachi Uchiha. Do you hear it? Stamp it. Put it down. I can't even drop my mic because it's on something else. Damn, Mr. Conspiracy.
Honestly, DOC, I really want to get into the what if right now. But before I do, I got to let you know this. I got to let the world know this, okay? Sprinkles are for winners. And we know that Madara has all the sprinkles in this fisticuffs battle. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Man, I'm going to disagree. We'll take it to the fans, man. We'll let them vote on our Facebook page, the Midwest Anime Show, and we'll get their opinion. We'll let this go for now because me and you don't ever see eye to eye. You always trying to tell them that you're better off, and I'm here to make you look better. But the reality is, son, this show is really about your man right here. But I'll let you have your what if, and we'll go into that.
If you are paranoid, we know what you are and what you want. Stay on the line and we'll trace your call. If you are schizophrenic, listen carefully and a small voice will tell you which number to press. If you have a short-term memory loss, please try your call again later. And if you have low self-esteem, hang up. All our operators are too busy to talk to you.
Mr. Conspiracy.
Okay, DOC. All right, because I understand that you are DOC. I am Mr. Conspiracy. So, yes, we're going to go ahead and move on to the what ifs. And I am definitely itching, thanks to you, about this fisticuffs battle that you don't want to pick a winner on. So, we're going to go ahead and do the what if. And
Itachi.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I might have to drop the mic and go ahead and leave the room right now messing with this man. Oof. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stay talking about the fourth Great Ninja War because here is my take on it. Okay, since we love Itachi apparently over here, I want to know. Okay, what if he never actually was sick? Okay, what if him and his brother could have actually came to terms eye to eye? What if he was there for the fourth Great Ninja War and fought on the right side with Naruto and his brother? Could they have actually defeated Madara before he actually ever became a god? I want to know, what if he was there? Could they have defeated Madara and Obito before Kaguya actually got resurrected? What you think about that, DLC?
I'm going to say, number one, hands down, drop the mic. Your boy Sasuke would have gave his eyes up to his brother so that he could have fought, had the eyes, the Mangekyou that he needed to go ahead and take your boy Madara on. Because again, nobody but Obito and Itachi were trained by Madara. So if anybody had a chance in God, hell, whatever you want to call it, to fight this dude, it would have been Itachi. Sasuke would have gave his eyes up so he could fight him, because all Sasuke really cared about was his brother, and if his brother was there, he'd have gladly gave his eyes up to help Itachi go ahead and save the Hidden Leaf Village who he loved. Period. That's what would have happened in your what-if scenario for the fourth Great Ninja War. She wouldn't have got resurrected. Your boy Itachi already knew about the plans. He knew about all this stuff. That's why Obito was scared. He was scared of your boy Itachi. Thank you, Mr. Conspiracy.
He was scared? Okay, I don't see anybody peeing their pants right now, okay? Nobody is shaking, okay? It must be DLC because he knows I'm about to tell some truth up in here. I'm just going to point that out. So, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next what if, which I think we're going to stick with the Uchiha on the what ifs now, because I believe that what if Obito actually kept both his eyes, or he got back his eye from Kakashi? Then what? Do you think that the battle would have actually turned into just a massacre and they wouldn't even needed the plan with Kaguya to actually be able to be reincarnated? I mean, I want to really know, okay, because she was resurrected, okay, out of a dupe situation thanks to Madara being just an idiot, okay, trying to gain true power, some dream that everybody knows was ridiculous, okay? He wanted just full control over everybody, let's be honest here. But if Obito actually had both of his Sharingan, he had his full Sharingan, okay, what do you think really would have happened? What if he had that?
Oh, that's real simple, man. I'm glad you asked that question, and we put us in this what if to go ahead and show my point to be valid. Naruto would have changed Obito, because we're talking about anime, and one of Naruto's greatest strengths is bringing the enemy to this side. Naruto would have brought Obito over, and we would have smashed Madara, Hidden Leaf, with Itachi on top of that. So, hands down, they would have won. They would have beat Madara. They'd have beat all that if he had both his eyes, along with Itachi having his eyes from his brothers in your other what-if scenario. They win hands down. She doesn't get resurrected. That's what happens. Now, if anybody's got a disagreement with that, show your point to be valid, because you are in court, and it is in session, sir. If I had a gavel, I would hit it right now.
Okay, DLC, may I take the stand, please?
Please do testify, sir.
Okay, because I just want to let everybody out there know right now what this man's saying is ridiculous, okay? There is no evidence to prove whatever he's saying is true, because the fact of the matter is this, okay? If Obito had both of his eyes, do you really think Naruto would have actually stood a chance? Because if Obito has both of his eyes, Kakashi is not helpful at all. So, will Naruto actually survive a one-on-one with Obito with his true Sharingan ability?
The answer to that question is yes, because Naruto is like Goku, and he will find another power to go to another level, because that is what this anime is about. Overcoming your limits. He's another Goku character, so yes, he would win, because the show is called, what? Naruto. What? Naruto. Can you hear it? It's Naruto Uzumaki, baby. He's gonna win no matter what. It's his show. You ain't gonna kill him off. So yo, what if you can get off the stand because you just got crossed? I put the X's up because you're done, son. Send the other witnesses out to testify because it's over.
You know what? It's Mr. Conspiracy here. I'm done with DOC, okay? He needs a new partner, all right? I'm putting up the hiring on Indeed.com, okay? I need somebody else, okay? This is ridiculous. And because of this, you know what? I don't want to talk to you no more. So we're going right into the news. DOC, what is out there?
Man, that's terrible. Why we got a little bit of time left. You don't even want to stay in the segment with me, Mr. Conspiracy. I didn't hurt you like that. You trying to get rid of me?
You know what? Okay, You told me to get out the stands, all right? You told me to go ahead and leave. I'm leaving. I'm going back, okay, into the crowd. I don't want to talk to you no more when it comes to this. So I want the news right now because you is... I can't even talk to you. I can't even form a complete sentence because of the stuff that you are saying.
Hey, first of all, I'm DLC, baby. I bring you facts. Sometimes they real, sometimes they not. But right now they real. So don't be mad at my real facts on you. You could win your argument. It's all good. But we're going to transition into the news because people want to know what's going on. So I think the biggest news you got to talk about is what you brought up is the new Baruto movie.
Well, I'm just waiting just for that to actually come out because I want that dubbed as soon as possible. And I believe that it's going to be just something fantastic and great because the Baruto movie is something I believe that is going to help the Naruto franchise go into the next phase. I think that we'll be able to get another 15 years just based off of these movies. And because they're doing these movies, you know what they're coming out with, sir. They're coming out with the Baruto manga. And if I leave it to DLC, he's going to say Burrito. But, we're not going to go ahead and leave it to that, okay? His name is Baruto. And I know that you're going to love the manga that's going to be coming out in Japan here soon. I can't wait to read it. And I'm going to go ahead and keep you up to date and let you know the exact date it's supposed to be coming out and for it to be in English.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think they're ever going to do a series, or have you heard anything about the fourth Hokage? I know it had been talked about at one point in time. Maybe they were going to do a series over the fourth Hokage and why he was such a bad man. Do you think that may come to pass? Or
as of right now, there's not even rumors anymore about anything happening with the fourth Hokage. We've been whining, we've been crying for it to come to pass, but right now there's not even a rumor about it.
Okay. I'm trying to think, what other big anime news do we have out there? Is there any other big news that's out there right now?
Right now, there is no bigger news than me seeing those movies and reading that manga.
Okay. Well, since we're on the topic of what you read and what you see, what are some manga you're reading right now, and what is some of the anime you're currently watching?
Anime that I'm currently watching right now, which has actually been out for a little bit, but most people probably have never seen it or heard of it. If you're a sports fan out there, I got something for you. It's called I Shield 21. Hopefully you have Crunchyroll. It's on there. It is a football anime. It's a high school football anime of a coward becoming one of the greatest running backs of all time. It is a fantastic show. I would recommend it to anyone.
Okay. What about manga? What you reading manga-wise?
Reading manga-wise, I'm just trying to catch up with everything. If you haven't read Fairy Tail, but you've watched the anime, you need to read Fairy Tail the manga. It is amazing. It is non-stop storytelling with great battles. I mean, I can't even imagine anything better than I'm reading right now than Fairy Tail. And trust me, when I say that, I don't say that lightly. Please believe me.
Okay. I would have to say, right now for me, I think I'm on kind of an oldie track on anime right now. I'm watching Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Shouts out to Hulu. You can give me a free subscription. I wouldn't be mad at it. But and if you haven't seen Chivalry of a Failed Knight, it's basically about this guy is the weakest knight, and his family stops him from being in the Knight Academy basically until the principal changes her mind and gives him a chance, and basically he becomes one of the most powerful knights they'd ever seen through sheer will, not ability, but sheer will. And he falls in love with a princess from another country, and it's, your typical hero, the female who's strong, but she needs the man anime. So it's got some funny moments in there, and definitely, as far as manga right now, I am actually trying to catch up on My Hero Academia. Definitely, my man Mr. Conspiracy dropped a good app to me for reading anime. So My Hero Academia is definitely a good manga to read right now. If you haven't got a chance to see the show, it's actually only on Hulu right now. Is that right, Mr. Conspiracy?
Actually, it's on Hulu, but it's also on Funimation. If you can go ahead and get that app, it's actually available on your Xbox. It's available on your phones. It's available on the computer. As long as you can get that app, it's about $8 a month. and that actually has several things that Crunchyroll does not, but it definitely has that anime that you're talking about.
And definitely, like I said, My Hero Academia, if you haven't seen it, you know, my man All Might. And basically, I think I like the anime so much simply because, and the manga, because the character is basically a loser. I don't know what it is about an underdog story that I love so much. But he's basically a loser, and he shows his favorite superhero basically how much heart he has. And his favorite superhero basically gives him his power. Spoiler alert, let me throw that out there again. Spoiler alert, he gives him his power, and he helps him get into this hero academy, basically, which is like the #1 hero academy in the world. And he gets a chance to be in there, and it basically teaches him how to become a superhero. He got the heart of a champion, but right now, beyond that, that's all he got at the moment. So, I mean, it's pretty hot. I enjoyed it, definitely. So, I mean, as far as what I'm reading and what I'm watching right now, that's about it, Mr. Conspiracy. You got anything else for the show?
Well, this is the Midwest Anime Show. We'll bring some more to you. We don't want to overload you right now. There is more things out there that we are reading and actually watching. So next episode 003, we're going to go ahead and bring some more things to you, and I'll let you know what I'm reading on that episode coming up.
I want to give a thanks to our sponsor, the AnimeTshirtsToday.com, your #1 source for anime. My biggest sponsor, and we want to thank you guys for tuning in to our show. Get ready for our YouTube channel for our reaction videos coming soon. We'll keep you updated. Remember, leave your comments, anything you got to say on our Facebook page, The Midwest Anime Show. Holla at your boy DOC and Mr. Conspiracy.
We out.